I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God. Almighty God, Creator and ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech Thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that I may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with Thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria.
Kindly repeat after me. Oath of allegiance. I, put your names. Put your name, please. Do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity contained in the Constitution of the Federal. So help me God.
One Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the House do suspend the relevant sections of the rules in order to move into executive session. I so move.
The leader of the minority, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that the House do resolve into an executive session. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Please. Honorable Gali, please let us sit down. Let's sit down, please. Mr. President reads as follows. He said, the Right Honorable Speaker requests for the resolution of the National Assembly to implement new external borrowing in the 2025 Appropriation Act, refinance maturing Euro bonds, and issue debut sovereign sukuk in the international capital market. The main body of the letter reads as follows. The purpose of this letter is to seek a resolution of the House of Representatives pursuant to the provisions of Section 21, subsection 1, and Section 27, subsection 1 of the Debt Management Office Establishment Act 2003. 2. 1. The new external borrowing of 1,843,669,786 naira 98 kobo, which is equivalent to 1,229,113,000 at the budget exchange rate of $1 to 1,500 naira in the 2025 Appropriation Act for the part financing of the budget deficit. 2. Refinance the $1,118,352,000 euro bonds at 7.625%, USD 1.118 billion, November 2025, which is maturing on November 21st, 2025. 3. Access aggregate external capital of 2,347,465,000 through any of the following options in the international capital market. That is issuance of euro bonds, loan syndication, bridge financing, finance facility from book runners, and direct borrowing from international financial institutions. And 4, issue a standalone debut sovereign sukuk of up to $500 million US dollars in the international capital market with or without credit enhancement guarantee. New external borrowing and refinancing. A. Implementation of new external borrowing in the 2025 Appropriation Act. 2. The House of Representatives may wish to note that 2025 Appropriation Act provides for 9,276,348,934 naira as new borrowings to finance the 2025 budget deficit, of which 1,843,669,786,987.16 naira, which is equivalent of $1,229,113,000 at the budget exchange rate of $1 to 1,500 naira, is specified as new external borrowing. Table 1 shows the breakdown of the new borrowings in the 2025 budget. The House of Representatives is kindly invited to issue its resolution allowing the government to raise the amount through any of the following options. 1. Issuance of euro bonds. 2. Bridge finance facility from book runners. 3. Loan syndication. And 4. Direct borrowing from international financial institutions. B. Refinancing of maturing euro bonds of 1.118 billion US dollars. The House of Representatives may wish to note the euro bonds of 1,118,352,000 USD dollars at 7.625% of 1.118 billion USD dollars of November 2025, issued in the international ICM market on November 24, 2018, with an original tenure of 7 years, will mature on November 21, 2025. The plan is to refinance the maturing Eurobonds through issuance of Eurobonds, bridge finance facility from book runners, loan syndication, or direct borrowing from international financial institutions. If necessary, to avoid default. This is a standard practice in debt capital markets, including the ICM. The proposal is for the House of Representatives to issue its resolutions authorizing the federal government of Nigeria to refinance the Eurobonds accordingly. C, indicative terms and conditions for external capital raising of $2,347 million USD. Based on the presentations in paragraphs 2 and 3, the aggregate amount proposed to be raised in the ICM, either through issuance of Eurobonds, bridge finance facility from book runners, loan syndication, and direct borrowing from resolutions of the House of Representatives is being sought is USD 2,347,465,000. While exploring all the options, the plan is to focus on the issuance of Eurobonds, and we believe that Nigeria, being a regular issuer of Eurobonds in the ICM, could raise the proposed amount, subject to market conditions. The House of Representatives may wish to note that because Eurobonds issuance is a market-based transaction, the terms and conditions can only be determined at the time of the transaction, and they will be subject to prevailing market conditions. The Federal Ministry of Finance and the Debt Management Office will work with the transaction advisors to ensure the most favorable terms and conditions. The indicative terms and conditions for issuance of €2,347 million Eurobonds in the ICM is attached as Annexure 1. Meanwhile, it is expected that the pricing of the new Eurobonds will reflect the yields on Nigerian Eurobonds trading in the ICM at the time of issuance, while tenors will be guided by investors' preferences, price, and the DMO's liability management strategy. Issuance of a standalone $500 million debit sovereign sukuk. The House of Representatives is invited to issue its resolution authorizing the issuance of a standalone debit sovereign sukuk of up to $500 million in the ICM based on the following reasons, among others. One, the federal government has recorded considerable success in the issuance of sukuk in the domestic capital market for the development of critical infrastructure projects across the country. Between September 2017 and May 2025, the DMO has raised $1,392,557,000,000 naira through sukuk in the domestic capital market to fund critical road infrastructure projects. There is a need to pool resources from external sources to complement domestic issuance to help bridge infrastructure funding gaps. And two, it is imperative to open new sources of funding for the federal government of Nigeria and thereby diversify investor base, as well as deepen the federal government security markets.
But why do they want to give me money?
The proposal is for the House of Representatives to approve the issuance of a standalone debit sovereign sukuk with or without credit enhancement guarantee from the Islamic Corporation for the insurance of investment and export credit. a member of the Islamic Development Bank Group. The indicative timesheet provided by ICIEC in respect of the credit enhancement is attached as Annexure 2. The policy premium for the guarantee proposed by ICIEC is 3.5% of issue amount per annum. If the credit enhancement from ICIEC is taken from the proposed Sukuk insurance, 25% of the issue proceeds may be used to repay relatively more expensive debt obligations of the federal government, and the balance will be used to finance the development of pre-identified infrastructure projects. In conclusion, based on the foregoing, I respectfully request the House of Representatives to pass a resolution, 1, to raise external capital in the sum of $2,347,465 United States dollars, comprised of new external borrowing in the 2025 Appropriation Act, $1,229,113, and refinancing of maturing Eurobonds of $1,118,352,000 through any of the following options: issuance of Eurobonds, bridge finance facility from book runners, loan syndication, and direct borrowing from international financial institutions. 2, to issue a debit stand-alone sovereign sukuk for up to $500 million with or without credit enhancement from the Islamic Corporation for the insurance of investment and export credit. A specimen of the resolution required is attached as an Annexure 2, Annexure 3. 8, while I look forward to the timely issuance of the resolution of the House of Representatives, please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest regards. Signed, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Honorable colleagues, today being our first day of plenary after the long recess, I find it expedient to give a small or a brief speech to welcome you back. With your permission, I will read the speech. Honorable colleagues, I warmly welcome you to this chamber after our annual recess. Your time away was spent among your constituents, listening to their concerns and aspirations. These interactions are the essence of representation and provide the insight we need to make informed legislative decisions. They reveal the real struggles and expectations of citizens who depend on this House to respond effectively to their needs. We resume today at a pivotal midpoint in the life of the 10th Assembly. The responsibilities before us are substantial, and the progress we made so far is meaningful but incomplete. The Nigerian people look to us for more. They expect deliberate action that improves their daily lives. The renewed government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has pursued reforms to stabilize the economy, enhance security, and attract investment. These efforts require a legislature that provides rigorous oversight, crafts sound laws, and engages constructively with all arms of government. Our midterm review confirmed that the 10th House of Representatives has been the most productive since 1999, both in terms of legislative outputs and outcomes. Despite political and economic challenges, we have strengthened internal capacity, updated our rules, and expanded citizen participation. We have deepened public engagement through the House Open Week, town halls, media briefings, and the use of digital and new media tools. Between June 2023 and mid-2025, the House considered 2,263 bills, passed 237, and secured presidential assent for 50, covering power reform, student loans, cybersecurity, tax policy, and regional development. Our oversight is becoming more rigorous with ongoing investigations and financial recoveries. Crucially, constructive collaborations with the executive has enabled timely budgets, aligned reforms, and effective policy outcomes, all while preserving the legislature's independence and demonstrating that shared goals deliver more than conflict. Honorable colleagues, during the recess, national indicators showed cautious optimism. Headline inflation decreased for a fifth consecutive month to 20.12%, while food inflation also eased. Diplomatic measures restored United Arab Emirates visa services and Emirates flights, reopening avenues for trade and travel. Our security agencies have disrupted insurgent networks and rescued abducted citizens. While progress has been made, Nigerians still experience high living costs, underemployment, and insecurity in some areas. These challenges present opportunities for us to implement targeted legislative actions and foster ongoing engagements to create a brighter future for all. In the incoming months, our attention must turn to several urgent priorities. Chief among them is the constitutional amendment. 87 proposals concerning devolution of powers, local government autonomy, judicial reform, and socio-economic rights await debate and voting. The National Public Hearing, held on Monday, 22nd September 2025, organized by the House Committee on Constitutional Amendment, was well attended and highly successful, reflecting broad public interest and support. We must now complete these votes and transmit the approved amendments to the state assemblies before the end of December to enable early concurrence ahead of the election period. We must also finalize electoral reforms well ahead of the 2027 general elections. The Electoral Act Amendment Bill seeks not only to strengthen measures against violence, improve access for persons with disabilities, and establish clearer timelines for resolving disputes, but also to reduce the ambiguities that trailed the last elections. Our goal is to make elections less contentious and litigious, lower their cost through single-day voting, and make the process of party primaries more democratic and inclusive. Related constitutional changes include provisions for an Electoral Offences Commission. Our goal is to produce a new electoral act that stands the test of time. Honorable colleagues, another major priority is the reserved seat bill for women. Currently, women hold fewer than 5% of seats in the National Assembly, placing Nigeria among the countries with the lowest female parliamentary representation worldwide. The bill proposes creating additional seats without reallocating existing ones. These seats will be contested exclusively by women. They are entirely new and will not affect the current 109 seats in the Senate or the 360 seats in the House. This arrangement preserves the mandate aspiration of existing members while expanding opportunities for women's representation and helping Nigeria improve its poor global standing. I urge all members to support this historic step. We are all he for she in advancing gender inclusion, and how we vote on this bill will shape our history, and our daughters will remember us. Security reforms remain a top priority. The debate on multi-level policing must move from theory to decisive legislative action. Creating state police through a constitutional amendment remains an option. At the same time, we must strengthen community policing by revising the Police Act 2020. While Section 19 establishes community policing committees and Section 33, subsection 1, base recruitment in the Inspector General of Police, these provisions centralize too much authority and limit local responsiveness. We should consider devolving recruitment, training, and deployment of community police officers to states under federal oversight. This would give states a greater role in shaping their security architecture while preserving national standards and coordinations. Economic recovery and job creation must stay at the core of our agenda. Small and medium-sized enterprises, the backbone of our economy, continue to face high costs, unreliable electricity, and limited access to credit. We must utilize legislative measures to speed up the implementation of the Startup Act, vocational training hubs, and technology parks. Equally important is progressive legislation to promote renewable energy, enhance grid reliability, and attract private investment to stabilize power supply and stimulate growth. Honorable colleagues, I wish to conclude by stating that I deeply appreciate the unity of this House and the overwhelming support you have shown as members in advancing our shared mandate. The 10th House has demonstrated remarkable maturity in managing differences and has earned a reputation for stability and responsible leadership. We have maintained cohesion in a diverse chamber through inclusive decision-making, transparency in managing House affairs, effective parliamentary diplomacy, and careful flow management. I urge us to remain united and to continue addressing any issue that arises through dialogue, ensuring that the House stays strong and focused on delivering for the Nigerian people. Colleagues, the tasks ahead are demanding but achievable. Nigerians will judge us not by party affiliations, but by the results we deliver. Debate should be approached with substance and respect, while our legislative and oversight actions must be guided by evidence and the public interest. The House of Representatives is more than a procedural body. It is an institution entrusted with shaping the nation's future and protecting the rights of its people. I welcome you back to a critical and promising period of work. I hope that our endeavors in the coming weeks and months will honor the confidence that the Nigerian people have entrusted in us. Thank you. May God bless the House of Representatives. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Honorable colleagues, Nnamdi Ezechi is my name and I represent Ndokwa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 8, Rule 5, to enable me move this motion of urgent public importance titled Need to Address the Overlapping Jurisdiction, Procedural Gaps, and Investor Concerns arising from the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission Digital, Electronic, Online and Non-Traditional Consumer Lending Regulation 2025. Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, Nnamdi Ezechi is my name and I represent Ndokwa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. I rise here this morning to move this motion on the urgent need to address overlapping jurisdictions
procedural gaps and investor concerns arising from Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Digital, Electronic, Online and Non-Traditional Consumer Lending Regulation 2025. The Honourable House notes that the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission issued a Digital, Electronic, Online and Non-Traditional Consumer Lending Regulation 2025 pursuant to the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act 2018, aware that while the regulations were intended to address consumer abuses in digital lending, they have raised major concerns from stakeholders, particularly the Association of Licensed Telecommunications Operations of Nigeria, ATON, and the Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC, and other key players in the telecommunication industry. Further aware that stakeholders have expressed concern regarding 1. The failure to engage sector regulators such as NCC, CBN, NIPC, and Nigerian Data Protection Commission in the regulatory process. 2. The internal inconsistencies in the regulation which may complicate enforcement and compliance. 3. The existence of creating uncertainty for foreign investors and Nigerian operators. The ambiguities and overlaps which existing laws and regulations administered by NCC, CBN, NIPC, and NDPC, thereby risking regulatory conflict. Concern that those shortcomings may undermine investor confidence, discourage innovations in the digital lending ecosystem, and create an unstable business environment at a time when the government is prioritizing digital transformations, financial inclusion, and foreign direct investment. Recognizing the need to strike a balance between effective consumer protection and a coherent, well-coordinated regulatory environment that gives clarity to operators and confidence to investors. The House resolved direct FCCPC to suspend implementation of the Digital, Electronic, Online and Non-Traditional Consumer Lending Regulation 2025 with immediate effect, pending proper consultation with the relevant sector regulators and stakeholders. 2. Mandate the Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC, Central Bank of Nigeria, Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, and ATON to suspend their further actions. 3. Constitute a special ad hoc committee to investigate the concern raised by the stakeholders. Engage with FCCPC, NCC, CBN, NDPC, NIPC, ATON, and other players and propose a harmonized framework. 4. Direct the committee to review internal inconsistencies and unclear provisions of the regulations, particularly in relation to local content obligation, investor protection, and jurisdictional clarity. 5. Call on government to ensure a coherent and transparent regulatory framework that sanitizes the digital lending space while protecting consumers and giving confidence to investors, telecom operators, and fintech players. And finally, Mr. Speaker, mandate the ad hoc committee to report back to the House within 6 weeks for further legislative consideration. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
Any seconder?
Arise under Order 8, Rule 5. The Honorable move for a motion of urgent public importance titled Urgent Need to Investigate the Deductions of Taxes and Sundry Charges from Civil Servants and Public Servants earning and multiple bank charges on the customer account in Nigeria. I so moved, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My respected colleagues, urgent need to investigate the deductions and taxes and sundry charges from civil and public servants earning and multiple bank charges on customer accounts. The House notes that the civil and public servants across the Federation have persistently raised concern over the deduction of various taxes and charges from their monthly salary and earnings, especially in line with the government policies on the National Housing Fund's National Health Insurance Scheme, with little and no clarity on the utilization of such deductions, thereby raising issues of accountability and transparency. Further note that lack of adequate legislative scrutiny over the deductions from the civil servants' salaries and bank charges levied across the customer account amount to unfair financial practice and exploitation of the Nigerian population. Resolve to constitute an ad hoc committee to investigate the nature and purpose of utilization of taxes, levies, and sundry charges deducted from the civil and public servant salaries and non-remittances of such monies to the appropriate government institutions or beneficiaries, and the multiple bank charges levied on customer accounts, including practice imposing VAT on already existing charges, and report back to the House within 4 weeks. I so move.
Representative Montgomery Joe, Federal Constituency of Niger State. Mr. Speaker, I rise under Order 8, Rule 5, matters of urgent public importance, titled Persistent Attack on Montgomery Joe, Federal Constituency by Bandits. Persistent attack on Montgomery Joe, Federal Constituency by bandits. Not the recent attack on the people of Rabah, Salka, Tunga Mongoro, and Ibeto communities by bandits and cow rustlers. Also note that the attack is too many in recent times and appear to have overwhelmed the security agents. Aware that in the last few days, bandits were seen going about their illegal activities by attacking people in their houses, rustle cows, kidnap and kill many. Also aware that people in Magamandaji, Ibeto, Tunga Mongoro, Rabah, Atabo, and Salka no longer sleep with their 2 eyes closed and have since escaped to Kontagora for safety. Concern that the insecurity in and around Montgomery Joe Federal Constituency is worsening to the extent that the people in those areas no longer feel safe to conduct businesses, attend to their farm, thus worsening the food insecurity in the areas. Also concerned that the volume of insecurity in the area will affect schools and medical facilities, thereby worsening the fragile economic activities in the areas. Worried that the bandits have resorted to kidnapping the residents of those areas from their houses, killed leader of the vigilante in Shafini village, also killed 2 people at Mararabon Koso, all in Magaba local government area, whereas more than 20 people from Ibeto town are in captivity. Also worried that the attack by bandits extended to Inana and the coup in Rijau local government. Commend the Executive Governor of Niger State, His Excellency Right Honorable Umar Bago, for his prompt responses whenever he is informed of any attack in the area and other areas in Niger State. Resolve 2. 1. Urge the Chief of Defense Staff and Chief of Army Staff to establish a super camp in Ibeto and Salka to forestall frequent attack by bandits in the areas. 2, also urge the National Emergency Management NEMA to provide relief material to the victim of the attack. Mandate the Committee on Defense and Army to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Member representing the Felodun Ofa Onyu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kwara State. I do seek the leave of the House to suspend the relevant rule to allow me to raise motion on urgent need to address rising insecurity in the Felodun local government of my federal constituency.
Order, please. Order, please.
Move, Mr. Speaker. Federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kwara State. Motion on the urgent need to address the rising insecurity in the Felodun local government of Kwara State. The House notes with the grave concern the escalating insecurity across the Felodun local government, which affects about 21 communities, namely Shagbe, Alasoro, Ologoma, Okiode, etc. Further note the tragic incident on Sunday, 28 September 2025 in Okiode, which were about 15 persons, including 11 forest guards, and Bale of Ogbayo, among others, were killed by armed bandits. Disturbed that the persistence of such attack endanger lives, livelihood, education, food, security, and other livelihood and the existence of people in that area. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, if urgent coordinated action is not taken, many community will be deserted, finally. Resolve.
Find a space to sort out yourself.
Commiserate with the victim family and affected communities. Urge the Chief of Defense Staff, Inspector General of Police, Commander General of Civil Defense to intensify deployment and coordinated security operations in affected areas. Direct NEMA to provide urgent humanitarian relief to the displaced persons. Call on federal government to collaborate with the state government to establish a forward operation base in the area to sustain security framework. Mandate the House Committee on National Security, Defense, Army, Air Force, Police Affairs, and Emergency Disaster and Preparedness to ensure compliance and report within 4 weeks to the House. Observe 1 minute silence in honor of the slain victim. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Into national security. Honorable Jai is revealing very, very sensitive issues that everybody has access to. It's very dangerous, Mr. Speaker. Telling us what the civilian JTF, multinational joint force in open session, I think is inimical to national security. So I think such issues should be discussed in closed doors. I understand that he is pained. We're all pained. Nigerians are being killed on a daily basis. But it is very, very circumspect for us to discuss these things in a closed door and not in open door. Our enemies are watching. That's my...
Are you in support of his position, or Abuja?
No, I am not. The resolution by this floor of the House that this multinational joint task force should be redeployed back to safeguard our boundaries.
If I were you,
yes, sir,
I will come by way of motion tomorrow.
Yes, I discussed.
You understand?
I discussed with you, sir.
Withdraw your statements for today.
Moved by Honorable Nandi Ezechi. So I will therefore apply to step down this motion, Mr. Speaker.
What did you say?
My motion is same as the motion moved by Honorable Nandi Ezechi.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Oh,
so I therefore step down this motion, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much. May the soul of the departed rest in peace.
Honorable Obi Agocha, I represent the great people, Mr. Speaker, of Ikuano, Umaya North, and Umaya South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm an Abia man. Mr. Speaker, I rise on Order 6, Rule 2, matters of privilege.
What do you want to... Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. I wish to draw the attention of Mr. Speaker and the House that on the 26th of August, 2025, I wrote a letter to Mr. Speaker, the House of Representatives, as well as a letter to the Attorney General of the Federation and a letter to Mr. President, urging for the urgent intervention request in the deteriorating health conditions of my constituent, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Up until today, Mr. Speaker, I have yet to receive any response from Mr. Speaker, from Mr. President, and from the Attorney General, despite the deteriorating health of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, whom has been evaluated by his own team of doctors and came up with a report which was attached to the letter that was submitted to Mr. Speaker and to the President and as well to the Attorney General. Second evaluation has been conducted by the Nigerian Medical Association, and the results even further confirms the deteriorating health of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, that he has organ deficiencies, low potassium, and that he is, as we speak, on the verge of death. Mr. Speaker, at the instruction of the court instructed in 8 days for the Nigerian Medical Association to also do their own assessment. So there are 3 reports now, Mr. Speaker, all leading to the same direction. I quote the judge. The judge says, "It's only a man who is alive and living can stand trial." Mr. Speaker, this is not politics or any other thing, but it is a fundamental human right that should be ascribed to Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Most other people in that gap have been given opportunities to even travel overseas to seek medical attention. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is neither convicted of any crimes in Nigeria and must be protected under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, Mr. Speaker, a lot of progress has been made in order to see that the government does the right thing to be able to afford Mazin Nnamdi Kanu the urgent treatment that he needs. It's significant, Mr. Speaker, if otherwise.
My dear honorable colleague.
Yes, sir.
I do not see where your privilege is conflicted here.
I have not received a letter that I wrote to the Speaker. I'm a member of the House, and my office deserves a response, whether it's positive or not. But as a member, and the letters were received by your office on the 27th of August, right here.
Is the letter you wrote to Mr. Speaker's office just a notification?
Not a notification,
or a demand for a certain action to be taken?
Yes, we requested for a certain action, which was to intervene in the medical condition of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, whom is now, his health condition is deteriorating.
If it is something specific to the office of the Speaker, Honorable, I find it a little bit intriguing that you will come by way of a privilege to demand action to be taken.
Mr. Speaker, the letter was
of
written.
The Speaker that you have direct
Mr.
access
Speaker,
to.
the letter was written since August 26th.
You have direct, unfettered, Honorable.
Yes, sir.
Unfettered access to my office. This is not the kind of thing that I would expect that will come by way of privilege.
It is a matter of privilege.
If it is something beyond you, from the outside, but if it is something that is a letter written to my office, you know, a phone call from you, a visit to my office can solve the problem. So I don't think if...
Mr. Speaker, I've been to your office, Mr. Speaker.
So you mean
I've
you
also
have
submitted the letter,
all
Mr.
options
Speaker.
and opportunities. You couldn't see me except here.
I've come to your office, Mr. Speaker. We just resumed today.
I don't think
we just resumed today, Mr. Speaker. And it's equally important, Mr. Speaker.
Please, Honorable.
Order, please.
Honorable, please.
Please be guided.
Step it down because it is not the right thing to do.
Yes.
Please, I beg you. Step it down.
Please be guided.
Mr. Speaker,
Please be guided.
Mr. Speaker, it's a matter of life and death.
Please,
please be guided.
I am trying to tell you the procedure. This is not right. Step it down and see me if you want any action concerning any letter you have written to me. You don't need to go by way of this.
Please be guided.
Excuse me, sir. The House rules allows me the latitude to bring an issue of privilege to this House and to the attention of Mr. Speaker. And it is important, Mr. Speaker, that this House
only when your
takes
privilege is compromised
of the issue of
denied that you can bring it up. And I thought that particular position is talking in respect of instances where the issues is beyond your control. But this is not what a letter from you to from yourself to me.
Yes, sir. The
when
letter
you
is
have,
here.
as a member, direct access to come to my office and seek for explanation.
Mr. Speaker,
why?
I've been to your office.
You have to go through this?
I've been to your office to seek
over-arguing with the Speaker.
Please.
Excuse me, sir. Can you read the order book, Rule 6 and Subsection 2, to know that I also have the right?
Honorable,
yes, you do.
Please, you are ruled out of order. You are ruled out of order. You can sit down, please.
I have to. You are ruled out of order, please. Listen to the government.
Mr. Speaker.
Listen to the government, please.
Mr. Speaker. Also from Abbas State on the issue that is being raised.
Okay, the announcement.
We will present it before the House properly in the course of the week. I understand the pain in the heart of the representative with regards to the subject matter of Nnamdi Kanu, but we will come properly before the House so that proper hearing will be given to it. I beg that you give us the audience, maybe tomorrow or next tomorrow, we'll come to present it again.
No problem at all. It's just the procedure that I was challenging, not the substance of the issue.
No problem.
I will be willing and ready. Anytime you are ready to bring up the matter,
thank you.
We'll do the needful and give you all the time to present.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You're welcome. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, this is to announce the constitution of the Conference Committee on the harmonization of a bill for an act to repeal the National Identity Management Commission Act 2007 and to provide for the establishment of a national identity database and the National Identity Management Commission and for related matters, HB 128. The Conference Committee will comprise of Honorable Jimmy Odimayo as the chairman, Honorable Abdul Awalu Gwalabe as member, Honorable Olumide Oshoba, Honorable Patrick Umo, and Honorable Mariam Onoa as members. Committee to investigate the deduction of taxes and multiple bank charges. And the membership is as follows. Honorable Kelechi Wogu, Chairman, Honorable Sagir Koki, Honorable Jinja Nwosibe, Honorable Mark Obeta, Honorable Manushim Alozi, Honorable Billy Osaro, Honorable Esosa Iyawe, Honorable Fidelis Joseph Bagudu, Honorable Yakubu Jafaru.